Hi everyone, and welcome back to another economics video lecture. And in today's class we are going to continue chapter number 5 of your HSC, the Maharashtra Board Economics textbook, the 12th standard textbook, chapter number 5. Alright, chapter number 5 says forms of market. We have already studied what is a market, and we have learned its classification on the grounds of place, time and competition. In today's class we are going to do a very important subtopic of this chapter, that is imperfect competition. Okay, one of the most important type under imperfect competition is monopoly. Okay, monopoly. So in this chapter we are going to do what is monopoly. In this particular section of the chapter, what is monopoly and its features. So today's lesson is just upon the term monopoly, its meaning and its features. You also have types of monopoly which we will discuss in the next video lecture. Okay, this particular topic, monopoly, is very important from the exam point of view. It could be asked for definition. Okay, explain the term or define monopoly for 2 marks, or it could be asked for a 4-mark question. What is monopoly and what are the features of this type of a market? So you are supposed to write the definition along with the features. So let us start with the simple meaning of the term monopoly. As you all know that the term economics, the terms microeconomics and macroeconomics, all are derived from the Greek words. Okay, very important, can be asked in objectives. Okay, Greek words. Micro derived from the Greek word mikros, meaning small. I hope this rings the bell. First lecture. Okay, if you've not seen yet, please go visit the YouTube page and YouTube channel and do view the video. Across, the term macroeconomics derived from the Greek word makros, meaning large or big. Same way, the word monopoly is also derived from 2 Greek words. Okay, Greek words. Now, what are these 2 Greek words? Mono means what? Poly means what? Very simple. Mono. Algebra. Okay. Mono, bi, tri. Mono means one or single. Okay. Mono means one and poly means seller. Okay. So the term monopoly together means one seller or single seller. It is that type of a market where there is only one seller and he is dominating the market. He is having the control over the market. The entire control is in his hands, and he is exercising his power on whomever he wishes. Okay, how that we are going to do further. So monopoly is that type of a market where there is a single seller and there are many buyers. This single seller is known as a monopolist. Okay, a single seller in this type of market is a monopolist. Okay, so he is having the control over the entire market. You have a definition that is given to you by Professor Chamberlain. Okay, Professor E.H. Chamberlain on page number 48 says that monopoly is that type of a market where there is a single seller and he is selling that type of a product which has no close substitute. A very important phrase that you have to remember. On this phrase, your entire topic of monopoly is covered. What is the phrase? No close substitute. Okay, no close substitute. Now this particular monopolist, this single seller, has such a unique product, has such a product whose substitutes are not available with any other seller, and thus he is a monopolist. He has the entire control over the market. He is going to decide what will be the price of this commodity, how much will he supply, and how much profit he is going to earn out of that particular commodity. Because he is the monopolist, there is no other seller available, and that is why he is going to take advantage. Okay, how that we are going to do further? Now let us come to the features of monopoly. Very important answer. As I told you, it could be asked for 4 marks. Features. Let us understand the features of monopoly market. The first point will always be the meaning. Okay, single seller. So first point is going to always going to be a single seller or one seller. Single seller. Okay. In this type of a market, as the word monopoly itself says, there is only one single seller, but buyers are many. Okay, so this particular seller has the entire control of supply in the market. Okay, he is going to decide how much he is going to supply in the market. He is the sole. There's no competition at all. The only one person dominating the market. Next one. No close substitute. This also we have done in meaning. This particular seller, why he has become a monopolist, why he has become so popular in the market, because his product nobody else has. He is having such a commodity, he's supplying such a commodity which is not available with anyone else. So he does not have any substitute for his product. You can say his product is very unique. Okay, not available anywhere. Okay, you cannot find it anywhere with any other seller, and thus he is the monopolist. Next one. Barriers to entry. Now in this type of a market, it is very difficult to enter in such type of a market. Why it is difficult? Of course, the monopolist is ruling the market, and he will not like if anyone else enters the market. So he is going to create barriers, or there are many legal or natural barriers, restrictions which are there upon entering this type of a market. Once too many people enter a market, it will no longer remain monopoly. So the most important feature of this particular type of a market is barriers to entry. The more the people are out, the monopolist is going to enjoy. The more the people come in, the monopolist is going to lose all its power, and then it will no longer remain a monopoly. So for a monopoly to happen, there should be a lot of restrictions. These restrictions could be natural. Okay, no resources. Okay, no natural resources, so nobody else can enter the market. Only that person has those resources, so he can stay in the market. Or these barriers could be legal barriers. Okay, the best example that I can give you is our railways. The Indian railway is the monopoly of the government. Okay, the government would not allow any private players to enter the market. Okay, so there are a lot of legal barriers and intervention from government itself. Next, complete control. Okay, complete control. This monopolist has a complete control over the market. what is going to be the price of this commodity, how much profit he is going to earn out of that commodity, how many pieces or the quantity of that commodity that he is going to supply in the market, and how he is going to create demand out of it. All that is in the hands of the monopolist, and that is why he himself is the producer, he himself is the seller, and that is why he has the entire control of the market. Next point is very important from a point of view of this question: agree, disagree. Okay, price maker. Okay, now they can ask you a question. Monopolist is a price maker. Do you agree or you disagree? So of course you agree that he is a price maker, and then you have to write down your reasons. Now what are these reasons? And there is something that is known as price taker that we are going to study right now. Okay, I'll just erase this. Okay, there are two things: price maker and price taker. Price maker and price taker. Now who is a price maker and who is a price taker? Of course, monopolist is a price maker. Now why is he known as a price maker? Because he himself is going to decide the price of his commodity. What is price taker? Price taker is that seller in that type of a market where he cannot decide his own price. He has to depend upon the forces of market. And what are the forces of market? The supply and the demand. A producer or a seller who has to depend upon supply, who has to depend upon demand, he is known as the price taker. He cannot fix his own price. But here you have a price maker who can fix his own price. Basic example that I can give you is discriminating monopoly. It is another type of monopoly which we are going to study further. Let us, for example, take someone who is a best doctor. Okay, so he's the monopolist. No other doctor is specialized in that particular disease. So this doctor plays a monopoly. He is the only doctor of that particular disease, be it XYZ. A lot of disease which are incurable, so he is the only doctor. Now anybody who has come in, who is suffering from that disease, has to go to that particular doctor only, because there is no another doctor. He is the doctor only. Now this doctor can charge any price that he wants. If he finds that certain someone is coming to him who cannot afford the treatment, he can treat him for free. Or if he finds out that a certain someone can afford, so he is going to charge the entire fee, the entire amount for the treatment. So this type of a monopoly is discriminating monopoly, which we will come forward to. But here the doctor is deciding what type of a price, or what type of a fee, how much the fee he is going to fix for you. Another example that I can give you is of a lawyer who is going to charge you the amount or the fee based upon your case. If he feels that you are truthful and the case is genuine, he might not charge you much. But if he feels that you are a liar and you want to deceive people and still win the case, then he is going to charge you a lot of money because he is lying because of you. Okay, so this type of monopoly is known as discriminating monopoly, where the monopolist is charging, he is making his own price. Okay, so in perfect competition, the seller is a price taker, and in monopoly, the seller is a price maker. Next point that you have is price discrimination. Okay, Price discrimination and price maker, these 2 points are connected. Price discrimination is same what we just did. A certain someone comes to you and you charge different fee, different amount to both the parties. That is price discrimination, and it is one of the important features of monopoly. This particular thing can be asked to you in define as well. Okay, what is price discrimination, or explain price discrimination. Last point, firm and industry are same, because the producer himself is the seller and there are no other producers, there are no other sellers. So the only person who is producing, who is an industry, he is the same person is the firm himself. Okay, so usually a firm is a part of an industry, but because he is only one player in the industry, he is only going to be the firm. He is the producer, he is the seller himself. So this particular point is also very important. So with this we come to an end of this particular features of monopoly. One more thing that could be asked is distinguish between. They could ask you distinguish between perfect competition and monopoly, or distinguish between monopoly and oligopoly, monopoly and monopolistic competition. So you should be able to write. Okay, the first point is always going to be the meaning. Monopoly, single seller. Okay, one seller. Then the seller is the price maker. He practices price discrimination. How he himself is the industry and he himself is the firm. So 3 to 4 points and you're done with your answer. Okay, so with that we come to an end of this particular lecture. In our next lesson we are going to study the types of monopoly. Okay, till then, please, if you really like the lectures, please give a thumbs up and you can subscribe to the channel, and please stay in touch through comments, because your comments are a real motivation.